You can see who I recently became friends with.
What's going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? Thank you for everybody who's here and who is not here and that will come later on to watch with us. Oh, I forgot I have my audio on. So, everybody, this is Joel Strange. Say hello, Joel. Say hello, everybody in the internet world.
Hey,
And I am Joey, aka J Rent, as some of y'all know me by from Facebook Gaming. And just so you know, Joel's right here. He is a very good friend of mine. He sells phones. He sold me an
this is
iPhone.
Leia.
He sold me an iPhone 6 for $700 2 days ago, and I love it. Great phone, iPhone 6. I don't keep up with him, but man, that thing is whew, super, super. So today we're on our topics. If you've been keeping track with us, we are going to talk about aliens. We're going to talk about the Conor McGregor fight. We're going to talk about Loki, the season finale. That's something that Joel is an expert on. He is a Marvel guru. Look at his posters in the back of his on his wall. He's got Iron Man, Loki, and the Avengers. So he knows his stuff. He knows what's going on, and I'm gonna quiz him when I can. So to start off, we're going to talk about aliens. Everybody's favorite topic. My favorite topic all the time, especially because I've seen aliens when I was a kid growing up. Actually, I take that back. I've seen UFOs. I know I have. Swear, I would bet. I'd bet $100 if I could prove it. Joel, have you ever seen any UFOs or supposed UFOs in the sky?
Um, no, I can't say that I've ever seen or experienced a UFO on my own. No.
You know, when one time when I was about 10 years old, 12 years old, I was hanging out in the backyard because that's what you did at my age. You hung out in your backyard at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 12 at night. And I swear to God, I saw a little triangle dots, like the one dot here and the two dots here. And it was moving like that. Your buddy Harry was with me. We were just, no homo. We were just hanging out in the backyard at 12 to like 2 in the morning, just watching the stars. There was nothing homo about it. We were young and just enjoying life the way it was meant to be, hanging outside. And we saw it, man. I'm telling you, it was just a triangle. It was just triangles like this, and it was just moving. You couldn't
Did,
hear it either. It was just
did y'all kiss?
do what?
No homo.
We didn't kiss. No, we didn't. No homo, for sure. But we didn't kiss. We just held hands. So, but no homo though. We just held hands. No homo. So I would have bet you $100 if I could approve it, or if I had a video, because we didn't have cell phones back then. Still had the cord phones in our wall. That I could have posted that video. It'd have been clear as shit too. It'd have been clear. I don't care what kind of phone. It was super clear. It was this beautiful night sky triangle just moving like that. Triangle. Um, so you've never had the luxury of seeing anything like that. I have. So I got to experience what I think was a UFO sighting back in my day. And I know you're not high right now, but let me ask you some questions. The truth is still out there. Internet shrugs as Pentagon's at UFO's findings. So I did read the article when they came out. You remember they were supposed to release that article uh, on July, or that statement to Congress about their
It was
findings.
supposed to be in June. But I guess it had gotten postponed, and these things are pretty normal. But I don't think all the findings are released to the public yet. It can be July, but it could still be postponed a little bit further into August.
So I saw that they did release some things into there about that there was 144, I guess, sightings, unidentified flying
Yep.
objects, like through the military or the Navy, and I'm assuming just the Navy. And out of the 144, only one of them was able to be identified as like space or sky doo doo, or I don't know, space debris, sky debris, which is kind of funny, I guess. But what does that say about the other 143 that they don't know what is. You would think, Josh, thank you for the stars, bro. Appreciate you, man. Go check out my boy Josh Lucio at Lucio Gaming. He tipped me, so I gotta make sure that I share the love for him and tag your page, Josh. Tag your page. I appreciate you showing up. Everybody, go visit Josh's page. He's a
Thanks, Josh.
yep. Thank you, Josh. Yep. And what does that tell you about the fact that our government, supposedly with all the technology that they have, that they're not able to identify these things?
That there's definitely something out there. I mean, you have the pushing and a lot of backing of a lot of the funding that goes into the research for this kind of stuff coming from Senator Marco Rubio recently when he was basically stressing that there is some unidentified objects that are out there, and we need to find out what they are, who has them. Someone obviously has, or something
Hmm.
has some technological advances over the U.S. military, and that could be considered a national threat. He stresses that they're called UAPs, not UFOs, because there is that whole stigma that UFO means alien, or UAP is just unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Right, right. Um, to to touch up on that or bring up a point, it's kind of interesting that they would suggest that the technology could be from another country like Russia or China. That it's not alien technology, but technology from somebody else from another country. Do you think it's possible that another country could possess that type of technology?
Well, I mean that you look at the options. There's either alien life that's visiting us, or it's another country or military that has more technological advances over us that is far superior beyond our understanding.
Well, I think because
Truth is out there.
truth is definitely out there. I mean, it's they're almost telling you that aliens are real. I mean, if it's not something that we made, which there's uh, Harry brought up a good point, which is a mutual friend of me and you, that said that if there was technology out there like that from somebody else, that we would have seen that progress in their society. Like they would have something like it out there, but no other country has anything similar to that you could kind of identify. In other words, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You wanted to make sure you got your cat in the video, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Josh, thanks again, man, for the more stars. I appreciate that. So I got you, buddy. I'll make sure I'll pull up your Josh Gaming for you on here in a little bit, so that way people can see your gaming page and we can get you added. Um, so it pretty much suggests that they are the truth is out there, and I think it's interesting that since 19 what is it, I forget the year, but since Roswell up until now, that more than likely that is true then, because they probably did get wreckage from ships probably from more than just that one time up until now, from all that time, and they probably do have artifacts, because it doesn't really say anything about that. It just talks about the UFOs in the sky, but it doesn't say anything about like technology wise.
1947, by the way.
I wanted to say 1947, but I didn't want to make up anything.
Had to look it up.
Yeah, no, good, good. Google it, because I am horrible, and if I click something on here and something disappears, we're screwed. I'm gonna have to cut this stream around. Like, you know what? Sorry, guys, I messed it up. Mayday, we're out. Um, do you think that the aliens don't know? No, yes, yes, yes. From a scale from 1 to 10, how high is your cat?
She did have some catnip, so maybe she's a little high.
She's super high. Sorry to hear that, Josh. I hope she gets better, man. Hope your wife gets better, man.
Hey, Joey, I have
Yeah,
a question for you.
ask away.
On a scale of 1 through 10, 10 being you believing and 1 being that you don't believe, how much do you believe in aliens?
Oh, dude, I'm like a 12.
Okay.
See, so we got a message that says from Bit Jamie. She says, "So what about the Neil deGrasse Tyson says that if there are aliens, we are their pawns because they are way ahead. They are way ahead of us, and if they can stay hidden that way, they will." I wouldn't. I mean, we could be their pawns. That's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, if they're way more advanced than us, they can come in and out of here as they please, which it looks like what they do already. I mean, because their ships just come in here, we can see them, we can't catch them, we can't shoot them down. Um, they probably are monitoring us. I, if we're pawns, that makes me think of something sinister as opposed to something like just like an observer, which would make me go into the topic of like the Greys and the lizard people, the reptilians,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So if we are their pawns, that means they are here with a purpose and they are using us, whether it be from like eating all the missing kids that you hear that are never found, infiltrating our governments to our highest leaders and people that we look up to, like that one video where they showed Beyonce dancing recently, and she was all, and then she turns her face up, and it looks like a fucking demon. I don't know if anybody's seen that video. Probably have to look it up here, but the
Here's a theory.
lizard people, and that's a very good point. If we're their if they're pawns, if we're pawns, we very well could be. I don't think they're observers. I think they've been here. They have a purpose. They're probably involved, and they're probably not going to tell us. And you know what?
Here's a theory.
That's a good theory. And supposedly the lizard men are bad, and the Greys are good, or not good. They're like neutral. Like they don't want harm to come to us, but they're willing to share like technology with us as long as we abide by like some of their rules. Their Galactic Federation. What do you think about that, Joel? The Galactic Federation.
So I have a theory on a theory. So there is a theory that you mentioned how there's the Greys, there's the lizard people. So people theorize that there's all these different species of aliens, and I think the correct me if I'm wrong, but the lizard people, they're supposed to be able to adapt and go into society and look like us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So here's the theory that you also have certain treaties that America has made whenever some of these unidentified flying objects have been flying around some of the nukes that we have in our country and other countries as well,
Mm-hmm.
and they would cause disruptions to some of the radars that they have on other countries, where if there's any sort of, I guess, UFO in the sightings, that you're not supposed to declare war, that you're supposed to kind of like pause for a minute, even if your stuff is shutting down. What if the aliens don't want us to destroy our country, but they're finding other ways to destroy the human life in itself, such as taking control over certain governments or big businesses to um, maybe it's like some sort of long game that causes us to run out of our resources and kill us off that way without destroying the planet entirely, with which what is exactly what nukes would do.
Um, I don't. Maybe they don't want us to progress as a civilization because we're still dependent on fossil fuels. I've even seen the videos or heard seen articles where like they show UFO sightings and they've disarmed nuclear bombs in the silos. Have you heard about that
Yeah,
before? So
yeah, I have.
I think it's interesting that we are still dependent on fossil fuels with a lot of different types of technology that have came out. We haven't really progressed in the last 20 years. Like the progression back in the 1900s up until the 1940s and 50s was huge. From when the cars came out to airplanes, I mean, everything was huge in that span of time. And now, down the line, now we we haven't really progressed in that technology with the things that I'm sure they found, and considering the resources. Like, what's the deal? Like, I've even seen videos where people have made cars that run off of water. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just because of business,
Yep,
but I don't know. I don't know. Harry says, I like the theory
that'd
that.
be interesting.
Oh, Harry brought up a good one. He said, he goes, I like the theory that Nazis tried to team up with a certain alien race, and that they, with blonde hair, and it caused the United States to team up with the Greys. The theory that Nazis tried to team up with a certain alien race that were white, blonde hair, and it caused the United States to team up with the Greys. I like that theory too.
It sounds a little too silly.
It sounds interesting. So the Nazis teamed up with a white hair alien race, and we teamed up with the Greys. So Clash of the Titans, kind of Clash of the Aliens. Really, that's cool. I like that. Honestly, that's a cool theory. I want to look that up. No, you don't like that one? You like the ancient
No.
alien theories? I like the ancient alien theories. I believe I believe all that.
Ancient astronaut?
Ancient Aliens, sir, the show. Ancient Aliens, the
Oh,
show.
okay.
But they talk about ancient astronauts that that they were there. That in the biblical times they didn't have a word for aliens, so they probably called them gods. And that's where the word God comes from. It's just an alien. Nordic aliens. I've heard of the Nordic aliens, Harry. Yeah, they're like tall, right? Tall and skinny with white hair. I mean, I'm sorry, blonde hair. I like that theory. That's a good one. And what was I saying, Joel? What did I say? Are you high? Are you
You were
high right
talking
now,
about
sir?
ancient alien.
Oh yeah, ancient aliens. Yeah, I believe in all of that. When they say that they were visiting the past, so they created the pyramids. So the chupacabra linked up with the Raza. Yes, the chupacabra is an alien all day. I don't doubt it. That's funny. Um, for sure, without a doubt. Like when I watched that show, The Ancient Aliens, I like how they describe how the pyramids were built and like the precise cutting and how many tons that those blocks weigh. That it's like almost near impossible for today's technology to replicate that, which is why we haven't been replicating it because it's almost near impossible. Just with the lifting those stones, like, because nothing we have is that heavy in our buildings. Um, so for sure, that's true. Believe that. Do you do you think we're visited by aliens in the past?
I think so. You take a look at like the Mayans, for example, which were around 2500, I want to say BC,
Mm-hmm.
up to 230 AD.
Okay.
They knew a lot about all the different planets that were in outer space, and they had to have some sort of tools that allowed them to realize all those different planets that were out there in our solar system. And they have certain scriptures or paintings and stuff like that that show that they had the knowledge of this stuff, but they also um, worship certain gods that kind of look alien-like. And then you look at other civilizations, which, by the way, the Mayans were south of Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also got the Sumerians, who were also, I want to say 4000 BC. They had
But that the
similar
Sumerians were
information.
in the Middle East, right?
They were. somewhere south of the Gulf of Persia, I want to say.
Okay.
I could be getting that wrong. Um, but they also had similar information. They also worship gods that looked alien-like in some of their scriptures and drawings and stuff like that. And some of these drawings looked similar to the same drawings that you would find the Mayans worshiping as well, which
Hmm.
was really weird and coincidental.
Do you think
Or
it's?
maybe it wasn't coincidental. Maybe they did get some help from, you know, another alien life.
Do you? Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's not coincidental. Do you? I find it coincidental. Another coincidence is how they're all pyramids. Like the idea of the pyramid in different locations. What do you think
Yeah.
about that? Huh? Doesn't that blow your mind a little bit when you think
Uh,
of? I know you think about it at night. I do.
I don't I don't know what it but a lot of that stuff is also talked about in that one movie Prometheus. Like that whole movie is based on the ancient astronaut theory.
Harry says he watched Alien last night. Alien, like the one with Winona Ryder. What's her name? Ridley Scott.
Oh, and they got Jonesy the cat.
Who? Alien. What's the name of that actress? Is it Riley Scott? What's her name? Carlos came up on the on the comment feed and said he watched Aliens. Now we could talk about movies that involve aliens. It's Carlos, and yes, not your name. I'm not asking you your. I know your name, dude. Can you imagine aliens like that though? Would you? Okay, let me ask you a question.
No.
Let me ask you a good question. If we had to fight an alien race, would it rather be aliens or predators? If we had to go up against one alien race, oh, the one with Winona Ryder, I've seen it. Which alien race do you think we could stand a chance against? I know this.
Alien.
I think so, right? Because of the camouflage and they're like hunters and stuff like that. I think, yeah, you know what? That's a good choice.
The predators aren't just hunters. Like they obviously have spaceships. They know how to make advanced equipment. So obviously they're smart. They're smarter than us. And then you got the aliens who just they're just naturally like super fast and strong and stuff like that. But they're not smart, so they could be outsmarted by our
Oh,
military.
they're smart. They're just not like hyper intelligent where they create anything, but they're like it's basically like
Exactly.
fighting a very what do you call it? A very dangerous lion, something like that, kind of like he's gonna
Yeah.
a very dangerous animal. Arnold effed them up. Oh hell yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, shit. Get us about five of those for and that'd take about 50 Terminators. 50 Terminators. Predator versus Terminator. Oh, Josh said, "Man, I got some shit to tell you next time I see you in person. My grandfather was a navigator for the U.S. Air Force. I would love to hear that story. Why don't you just text it to me? Why don't you type it in the comments? Let everybody hear. I'm sure we all want to know. Or it's probably too long, right? Probably a whole paragraph. I'm interested in hearing it, Josh. You're gonna tell me next time for sure. All right. Okay, so we are gonna fight the aliens. We won't fight Predator because they are just like intelligent, like more beyond intelligent than the aliens. All right, let's see here. Let me think of another one here. Who else could we match up against besides the Predator that you would rather fight? Predator
That are
or
aliens?
better alien? Who's a better alien?
As in like more
In the
dangerous
movies that
or
we've seen, who was the best alien? Do you remember you know what? Do you remember those aliens from District 9? Dude, I like that movie. District 9 was A1. That movie was awesome. Do you remember District 9 came out in
yeah,
2009, District 9? dude.
For a low budget film,
For a low budget
that
film,
one did fantastic.
I wanted District 10. Give me District 10. When's that coming out? Because he was still alive. He just turned into a bug.
So supposedly there is going to be a sequel. The last time I read about that though was shortly before the pandemic. So who knows if that got scrapped or if it's just super delayed.
My buddy Eddie at Ed Kane Gaming, he said he thinks those are roaches. They were like roaches. They were called, what were they called? Subs, pawns, prones.
Oh yeah, pawns.
Prones. They were
Pawns.
pawns.
Something like that.
They were. I know it was something supposed to be derogatory to an alien, dude. But their technology, how they showed their guns, how it's like mechanicalized, but like a little. It was like just a little bit more advanced than our technology. It wasn't a lot. It was just a little bit more, and that shit looked fucking awesome. You remember when he like blew that guy up? That guy's that black guy. His head
Yeah, I
blew up with him.
remember that.
That shit was. That was awesome. I like that movie. That also reminds me of another fightable alien from Battlefield LA. Do you remember that movie? Battlefield LA?
I don't. I remember watching that movie once and then thinking afterwards that it didn't have much replay value for me, so I just kind of wiped it from my mind. There is one alien that I really, really enjoyed as a kid, and to this day, I still think are kind of not necessarily scary. I mean, they can be, but they're more fun.
E.T.
You remember the 1980s? It was a scary movie called Critters.
Critters. Are you talking about the one with the, what is it, Gizmo? Is that the one with Gizmo?
No.
What is that?
No.
Gremlin. That's Gremlin. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Gremlin.
I got the wrong movie.
Those are the Mogwais, and they turn into gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Okay. Critters. God, what? All right. You know what? We're
You
gonna
just have to look it up. They kind of look like they're the size of a bowling ball, and they shoot spikes out of their backs like they're porcupines.
let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick.
Okay.
Let's look at Critters. Let me see you whop, 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 whop. Critters trailer. Oh yeah. Let's take a look real quick.
Of all the planets in the galaxy, they chose ours. They hide in small places.
This phone is dead.
What?
They light the dark.
Jay, any luck?
Yeah, Julian,
Just a minute.
I
There's
messed
nothing
up.
cute
I got them confused.
about them. They've come a long way, and they're hungry.
Hey, what's up, Gavin?
Oh my god. Just to let y'all know, this quality is not my thing. It's an actual video. That's how old it is.
Dad's all torn up and Mom's got like a harpoon thing in her neck and they're getting bigger.
Mom's got a harpoon thing in her neck. That's not good.
Critters. They bite.
Wow. I'm gonna hit pause on this bad boy.
Grover's Bend.
I almost want to see this trailer too.
It's just a speck on the map of the universe.
Okay, hold on. I just was.
They get a
Is that
different
Critters too?
class of tourist here.
Company's coming.
Noisier. Pushier. They're turning this peaceful little town into
Okay, I'm done watching these trailers. Yeah, I can't keep watching these trailers. That's hilarious though, man. Critters, I forgot about that movie, dude. Oh my god. You know what? I seen that movie once when I was whatever it came out, 4 or 5 years old. I probably was scared to death at it. uh, I don't know why I got that confused with Gizmo or what is it called? Gremlins? They look almost the same, man. How can you not get them confused? They look identical. No, you don't think so?
Wrong.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Do you remember that? Did you ever watch that when you were a kid?
No.
Fire in the Sky. What else was there back then? There's so many alien movies, man. Jesus, I can't even think of all the alien movies. You know, there's so many theories out there, so many good theories, and a lot of stuff that we didn't even talk about. But we are gonna get off of that topic. We're gonna move on to our next topic. Are you ready? Do you have anything you want to add about aliens? Because next time we talk about aliens, Joel, you're gonna be on the show, and we're gonna categorize it. We're gonna just talk about the grays. We're gonna talk about either, you know, if aliens are gay or if they like pizza. We're gonna make sure we break it down next time. We just wanted to have a broad spectrum about aliens and you know, miscellaneous things. But next time we're going to you know, be very specific on the topic next time. Let me see here. I'm gonna cover this up here because we don't want to see that. I don't want you to see my Pornhub account open up, so we'll delete that. You know, let's take a commercial break and watch something about aliens before we talk about, you know, what everybody doesn't want to hear, Conor McGregor.
How they do it. Plumbuses. Everyone has a plumbus in their home. First, they take the dinglebop and they smooth it out with a bunch of schleem.
Schleem.
The schleem is then repurposed for later batches. They take the dinglebop and they push it through the grumbo, where the fleeb is rubbed against it. It's important that the fleeb is rubbed because the fleeb has all of the fleeb juice.
The fleeb juice.
A schlami shows up and he rubs it and spits on it.
Wow.
They cut the fleeb. There's several hizzards in the way. The blamps rub against the chumbles, and the plubis and grumbo are shaved away. That leaves you with a regular old plumbus.
I always wondered how plumbuses got made.
Okay, I just wanted to show that video to everybody. If you don't know what a plumbus is, now you do, and you know how they're made.
Pretty dirty after watching that.
The fleeb, and then he spits on it. All right, you sent me a website about Conor McGregor. Let me see. Let me make sure I have it because I think I lost it already. So we actually were hanging out when the fight was going on. We saw the fight together. Who did you honestly think was going to win that fight?
Before the fight, Conor McGregor was the underdog. Like,
Conor McGregor was the
Vegas
underdog.
bets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. According to all the Vegas bets, yeah, he was the underdog. You also had him fighting a fantastic fighter who Conor McGregor had last attempted to fight. He lost against him before, so Conor's kind of been on a losing streak. So I would say, yeah, he wasn't supposed to win this fight.
You said, because you're gonna have to be informative on this one because I don't watch a lot of UFC. I know I look like a tough guy when you see me in person. I look like I'm a UFC kind of guy, but I'm not. You said that he lost to two people already, right? He lost to Talib, right? What's his name? Habib. So he lost to Habib. Yes. Oh, here, look. Oh
my God.
Oh, we're gonna go into the video. This is the one that you wanted to see, so I'm gonna cut into it while it's here, while it's hot and fresh.
People are asking me, when was the leg broke? At what point did the leg break? Ask Dana White, ask the UFC, ask Dr. Davidson, the head doctor of the UFC. They knew I had stress fractures in my leg going into that cage. There was debate about pulling the thing out because I was sparring with no shin pads and I kicked the knee a few times. So I had multiple stress fractures in the shin bone above the ankle. And then I have trouble with the ankle anyway, do you know what I mean, throughout the years of fighting all the time. So, and I also was wrapping my ankle. I was wrapping my ankle every training session. You know.
Hold on. Is he speaking English? Is he speaking? Okay, because I can't understand a word when he was in the fight and he was on the ground, you know, holding his thigh because of his leg was hurting. Dude, all I heard was fucking, and that was it. And fucking your DMs, your girlfriend in my DMs, and that was only 3 words I understood because everything else was fucking gibberish.
I even done a lot of training sessions where when the ankle was sore, I still wouldn't stop training. I used to just train on my back. And that's how I developed those ground and pound shots from the back. That's why Dustin backed away.
Ground and pound.
When he was on top of me, and I was landing the up kicks and the elbows and all. It's a horrible place to be in. When you're against someone like me, you can't land. It takes so much effort to try and land shots from your top position. And while you're trying to do that and you're losing your energy, you're getting lumped over by downward elbows and vicious up kicks. And it was a skill I developed because I had the damaged leg. And I had to adjust my training. So, you know, now I'm essentially after getting exactly what I needed to get there. I needed to get treatment on my leg. I needed to get treatment on the ankle, and I needed to get treatment on the shin bone. And I would have never committed to going under the knife unless something like this has happened. So something like this has happened. I'm after going in, I'm after getting exactly what I needed. And what I needed was a titanium shin bone. So now I've got a titanium rod going down the knee, from the knee to my ankle. And the doctor said it's unbreakable.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of that guy. I just like that fighter said, he's a scumbag. I agree with him. I think he's a scumbag, dude. I don't like him. He just talks shit. You know, be humble, man. Especially if you lose. Why are you gonna continue to talk shit on the ground, no less? I mean, how are you gonna talk shit? You broke your leg. You're sitting on the floor. You lost. You know, you lost. You broke your leg, bro. Your leg snapped. Now I believe him when he says like, you know, that it was weak before and all that stuff that happened. I believe that. I mean, he's a fighter. He's constantly, you know, putting strain on his shin all the time. Every time he's practicing it or whenever he's fighting. So it was just bound to happen, and you can't you're gonna prevent it. Even if it didn't happen this time, it probably would have happened last time or the next time. I mean, you know, it was already weak. And let's see here.
Yeah. So when he was talking about his girlfriend being in his DMs, he was talking about Dustin's girlfriend being in his DMs. It was funny because after he had lost and Dustin was in the ring, his hands are all up in the air, he's won. It's either his girlfriend or his wife, I forget, but she was in the ring flipping off Conor McGregor while he was laying down on the ground holding his leg. It's pretty awesome.
I think McGregor deserves
I believe
it.
him also. Like I believe him also when he was saying that it was fractured and stuff. Even though prior to the fight, he was telling everyone in the interviews that, you know, he's in the best shape of his life. You know, you got to get people to watch the fight, contribute to the pay-per-views and stuff like that, because he wants some of that money too. He wants to make as much money from and for
absolutely.
the UFC as possible.
Absolutely.
All the shit talk, that's all just towards I think ultimately a character of his that helps, you know, bring all those people in the seats.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Harry said if he was in a wheelchair, he was in a wheelchair, right? Obviously, yeah. Harry, he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair,
without a doubt. Drunk Wizard Gaming. Yes, you missed about 40 minutes of talking about aliens, but that's okay. You can always come back and watch it, a little bit of it, you know. But thank you for stopping by right now and being here as we talk about the fight. You know, we still got the finale of Loki to talk about. which is going to come up pretty soon. Our conversation for Conor McGregor ain't going to take that long. He broke his leg, and he's pretty much done. Thank you for your support and coming into the stream. Let's see. Do you think he retires after this year?
No.
You don't think he retires after he fucking snapped his leg?
For him to be talking all that mess afterwards, not if he can help it. No. He says during the video also that, after the doctors fixed him up, that part of his leg will be unbreakable.
I mean, I've always heard that, like, when you break a bone, you snap it, it grows back stronger. That's just what I've heard. And I find that very surprising when it happens to other fighters and other people, and you hear them retiring after that. I wonder why they retire, knowing that if it does come back stronger, that that they should be fine.
I don't think it comes back stronger, but I don't know for certain. I do know that there is some psychological effect behind that, and the fear of re-injury that prevents certain athletes from performing at their full capabilities ever again.
You know what? I can see, being mentally afraid of it happening again, so you're holding back, and that definitely would affect your performance on there. Not related to fighting, but I tore my ACL when I was 18 from skateboarding, and I was jumping off things like I wasn't like a great skater, not even I was like under being good, but I was starting to jump off like steeper things, like 9 steps, which if you're a skateboarder, 9 steps is probably kind of a lot, as opposed to like 5 or 4 steps. So I was getting, in other words, I was getting bigger. I was progressively jumping from steeper things, and I tore my ACL from doing that. After I had my surgery and I was healed, I stopped doing anything that had a drop to it, because I was mentally afraid that I was going to fuck my shit up again. In this case, it's not like a bone where it heals. It was like a ligament that's torn, and I couldn't tear my replacement ligament, or else I'd be screwed at that point. But there was a mental fear of doing that, because I was like, oh, I don't want it to happen again. So yeah, for sure, that's a real thing, without a doubt. Definitely.
I agree.
Anything else to add on that topic?
No, other than I think if Conor can help it, he'll be back and he'll try to fight Dustin again. I think Conor will lose again.
I do too.
Hopefully this time to like an actual TKO or maybe a submission. Who knows?
I think he will lose again too. When that fight started, he seemed to come out like he tried to be the aggressor with all the kicks and everything, but the guy was able to counter it. He was able to come out, and even after he got him in a headlock, remember when Conor McGregor got that guy in a headlock, and we're like, oh shit, that's it, it's done. He's gonna choke him out. That guy was able to maneuver and get out of it. He was just too strong. He was too strong for him, and that's why he was able to get out of it. I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, I think Conor kind of screwed himself early in the match. Mm-hmm. Like he knew that his leg was hurt so bad that he was trying to fight on the ground, which was probably working better for him because of, he almost had him in that guillotine. I think
he did.
But as soon as he got up, the round lasted like 10 more seconds. He snaps his ankle. It happened so fast, nobody even noticed it. Nobody. Until you watch it in slow motion again. But like, I remember Conor getting the ground and pounded against the cage. It was probably like 10 seconds left in the match, and I was surprised that the match wasn't called, because it didn't look like Conor was really defending himself well enough. But then again, it's a main event fight. You got Conor McGregor in there, and I think it wasn't called on purpose.
Yeah. For sure. Who's fighting next? Who's gonna be fighting next? When's the next fight? Do we know?
You'd have to look it up.
That's a lot of work, bro. That's way too much work. Mr. Joel Strange. Well, he's healing. He is a scumbag. I don't like him. I mean, I don't wish harm on anybody. You know, I'm not glad he broke his leg, but that's probably his karma for all the dirt and trash that he's always talking. So I don't feel bad for the guy, you know, because of that.
I think that's just his character, though. That's just the character. I don't think he's actually an asshole in real life.
Well, the guy was like, "Oh, these guys told me he's gonna kill me. He's gonna murder me and put me in the ground." I mean, he did say all that stuff. You know, why would he say? Why would the what's his name say that?
Well, here's the thing. He's inconsistent with his behaviors. The last time he faced him, he was nothing but nice and tame, you know, about the guy prior to the fight. But nice and tame isn't going to put people's asses in seats. You got to be shit talking and controversial. Anything that's going to make news and make people want to watch the fight. People love the hatred between the two fighters. They love enemies.
They don't want to see them have sex with each other in the ring.
I mean, I'm sure there's people who would pay for that, but
I'm sure there is. Gotta sell it out, baby. That's right, David. Gotta sell it out. Very good point. It's the drama. Yeah, it's just the drama, you know. But it's not wrestling, so I don't think of it as the same. Anyway, I'm done talking. What are you gonna say?
I was going to say, I do kind of wish that he would retire. You get all these people saying, haven't you accomplished enough? Haven't you made enough money? For me, personally, it's more like I don't want their reputation tarnished before they leave. Like, imagine you have like a poster or some sort of cutout board of like Conor McGregor in your home or something like that. You're like a super UFC fan. And like every time you look at that poster board or whatever, you're just gonna think about that one time he snapped his ankle in half instead of like the championship fights that he won and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, even my buddy David, he said it's just fucked up if you talk about another man's wife. He said that's a new low. That's what I'm saying. He is a scumbag. You can't talk about the man's wife. Your wife was in my DMs. I was like, that's fucked up.
Maybe she was.
Dude,
maybe she was.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, if that's not something you heard, and like you hear a guy say that your wife is in my DMs, you go home and be like, "Let me see your fucking DMs. Let me see your DMs. I want to fucking see. Let me see your phone. Nah, fuck that. Let me see. I believe you, but I want to see. Show me." And then show me the texts, bitch. I want to see them. That's fucked up. I'll be fucking hella pissed. That'd be funny, right? If you see them get a divorce like the show's Fighter. Wife was in Conor McGregor's DMs. Damn.
That would get a lot more people to watch the fight.
That would. Hey, he'd probably fight him again. He probably would fight him again for sure. Oh, yeah, I'll fucking have a rematch with him. I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to fuck that motherfucker up.
I'm going to break his other leg.
I'm going to break that motherfucker's other leg. That piece of shit. That is hilarious. All right, I'm done talking about Conor McGregor. I don't want to talk about that scumbag anymore. Everybody can kiss his asshole. We are going to talk about. We're going to talk about Loki, the finale. Everybody, I know y'all wanted to, hear about the Loki. If you haven't seen Loki, the last episode, go ahead and leave my stream or just put it on mute. Spoiler alerts. We're going to talk about the final episode of Loki. All right, and how awesome it was. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. We recommend it. You recommend it, right, Joel?
Oh yeah, fantastic show.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by saying that it wasn't what I expected, because in the last time I talked, I said it was gonna be a Loki that started all this. I was thinking it was Loki himself, like a different variant, which I was wrong. And I'm glad I was wrong, because if I predicted it, I wouldn't have been satisfied. I'd be like, I knew it. It's predictable. I knew it. But it was, that was Kang the Conqueror, right? Right?
That was Kang the Conqueror, or at least a variant version of the King the Conqueror that we should expect in the MCU to be like the big baddie, the next big Thanos.
Harry said he wants a Crocodile Loki spinoff. I do too. I like that. That would be kind of hilarious. You know,
I
what would
think
be
that'd be more of like a cute little cartoon.
and Gavin said that during the fight. We'll go back to the fight real quick because I didn't see his comment. Gavin said supposedly he told the other fighter that he was going to kill him. Yes, I know. That's why. That's what Conor McGregor's a scumbag. I mean, I mean, come on. If y'all fighting, just duke it out in the ring. You don't want to take it, personal and all that stuff. You know what would be even funnier with a Crocodile Loki spinoff? I'm gonna add to that. It would be very funny if they did have a Crocodile Loki with actual crocodiles, and like they didn't actually talk or make noises, but that they had subtitles, so it looks like they're talking. And it would just be that the whole time. It would just be alligators moving around with text at the bottom like it was translated. I'd watch it. I'd watch a Loki crocodile spinoff.
I would.
It would be so.
I'd like to see a version where like everyone's still human except for him, and so there's that one scene in the first movie, I want to say it was the first Thor movie, where Loki is being told by by Zeus that, or not Zeus, what's his name?
Odin.
Yeah, that's played by Anthony Hopkins.
Odin.
That he's adopted, that he was one of the frost giants or whatever, and then he has that conversation with Crocodile Loki, and he's telling him, "You were adopted," and then he just sheds a little tear. Oh, I didn't know.
they just zoom up in the crocodile's watery eyes. They just show. They just go to the crocodile's face. His eyes are all watery. They don't even say anything, right? No expression.
Yeah. But speaking of spinoffs, supposedly Old Man Loki will have some sort of spinoff.
I like that. You mean the classic Loki?
Yeah.
I liked classic Loki. Glorious purpose. Glorious purpose. I like that phrase. Dude, I really like that one. That was I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think it was better than WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. What do you think?
How would you scale that from most favorite to least favorite?
I didn't think I was going to like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I wasn't interested in it because since they don't really have any powers, I wasn't it wasn't going to be like anything, mystical with anything special. But when I saw the episode, it was actually really cool. So if I'm going to rate them, I'm going to go Loki is first. I'm going to put it on the 10 scale. I'm going to put WandaVision second, and then I'm going to put the Falcon third. But I think the Falcon, if you haven't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think you should see it because it is good. Like I said before, for anybody listening, I didn't care to see it because I didn't care for the characters. But I saw that because I saw everything else. And after I saw it, I watched all 6 episodes. And it was actually really good. WandaVision was good. It started off better than WandaVision. Because WandaVision, the first 2 episodes were like, what is going on? This is dookie. And then it started progressively getting better. And then you're like wanting to watch it. And Loki started off great from beginning episode to the last episode. That's my ranking. What would you?
I want to touch base. Yeah, I actually would rank it the exact same way. Loki, WandaVision, and then finally Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're the first ones to do this, but they're the first ones to introduce a character in the show that also makes it into the big movies. You got a certain character that's in that show, and I won't say what that person's name is, but that same character also ends up showing up in Black Widow. That's all I'm going to say without spoiling Black Widow, because I know not a whole lot of people have seen that.
I haven't seen Black Widow. So yeah, don't say too much.
I bring that up I bring that up because of the fact that you got King the Conqueror, who is played by Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors has already been announced to be the villain, playing the role of King the Conqueror in the next Ant-Man and the Wasp movie.
Okay. Okay.
So Disney is not afraid to introduce characters in the shows that will end up being in the movies.
Right.
Later on.
That's good. I mean, shit, they can afford it. They can pay for whoever they want and move them around, and I think that's great. I love that these actors are doing shows, these series that are like mini movies. You know what I mean? I love it. I like these, that it's not one movie, it's an episode. I would love to see different characters and each have their own episode. I hope it continues to do that. This show did so well that I didn't see that WandaVision was going to have a season 2. I didn't see Winter Soldier have a season 2, but this one's going to have a season 2. Do you think it's off of the success that this episode, that the show has had?
No, I don't think it's based on the success of the show at all. I think it's based on the story and plot that Disney has scheduled for the future. So I think WandaVision's done for sure, because that whole dome and everything that she had, that's already gone.
Yeah.
But you got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is going to actually have a second season. I think it's going to be called Captain America and the...
Oh, yeah.
What is it? The White Wolf? I forget what his name was.
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, I saw where like Captain America, they called him Captain America. I remember seeing that at the end of the last episode. I like the character that the secret agent, the wannabe Captain America character, who's actually a character in the comics.
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent, there you go. U.S. agent, sorry, secret agent. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know enough about U.S. agents, so I Googled him, I looked him up, and I saw his character, and he's basically just the version of Captain America that, does the dirty work. He kind of reminds me of like a Punisher in a way. He has like Punisher qualities. That's why when he fucking beat that guy with this shit, it was all, it made himself look bad. Made those fart noises.
Yeah. What did you think of the ending of Loki?
I liked it. I was talking to our mutual friend Harry about it, and I was saying that I think it's funny how Loki is supposed to be a selfish character, right? He only loves himself. That's the theme they tried to give you from the beginning of the movie, that he only cares about himself. He only loves himself, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think it's funny that they made a woman variant of him that he loves, because he technically he loves himself, because that's him. He loves himself still. I just find that funny how they made that work, how they, the wordplay and everything together, how he loves himself, because he falls in love with her, and they have the kiss off at the end, and she's all like, you shouldn't have trusted me, or something like that, right? What did she say at the end? She was like, you shouldn't have trusted me. She says something like that. Do you remember?
I don't remember. I have to rewatch it.
You're
talking about like right before she pushes him out the door.
Before she pushes him out the door, he warps in front of her, and like her sword stops at his neck, and he's like, I need you, or I want you, right? And then they have that kiss off, and then after that, she's all like, you shouldn't have trusted me because I'm you, or something. And then she tosses him in the window. Did you think she was actually gonna stab him? Did you see that coming?
No.
Did you think that he was gonna let her stab him?
I think he knew that she wouldn't stab him.
Hey, my buddy David said, looks like you're falling asleep. Joel, wake up, man.
Damn.
Put on some music. You know what it is? Because I know what you did before we started this podcast. I'm not going to call you out on live stream, but I know what you did, and I know why you're sleeping. You're staring into space. I know what you did last summer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, I've seen your Warzone character and your Warzone vehicles, how they have those high times on them. I'm pretty sure that's why you look like you're staring in the distance, Mr. 420. You're going to come back on the show and you're not allowed to do that. You're going to be like,
I'm never coming back.
yeah, you are, because I'm going to make you come back. Who's stabbing who? Hello. Hello. Oh, look. Elizabeth said hi. She said hi, Joelle. You have to
What did you
tag
think
him.
about the very end, though? Like, when she pushes him through the door and he kind of collects himself and he goes looking for Morbius. What did you think about that scene?
Oh, man, that was a good scene, because I was like, okay, you know what? I thought he was going to take Liz said that he's probably going to take control of the TVA, because she pushed him in, and then you know how he started looking? He was like, scrambling around, and then he finds Mobius. She was like, he's probably going to take over the TVA to, like, kind of fight her to try to keep everything in line. But he was looking for Mobius, and the Mobius is like, who are you? What division are you from? So he went to an alternate reality completely, right? Because the timeline shattered. I thought that was really cool, because
it's actually already been confirmed.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, because like he went to an alternate timeline, and that Mobius didn't know who he was, which I thought was fucking cool. I was like, damn, the timeline, the sacred timeline is shattered, so now all these multiverses are coming out, and I like the idea that not all the variants look the same. You have some variants that are the same character or same actors or look alike, and then you have variants that are different, like the kid Loki, the old Loki, the alligator. So Disney is already setting the ground that, when they do the Spider-Man, you mentioned this, and I don't know if you forgot about this. That Spider-Man, when they do the multiverse for Spider-Man and they have the different Spider-Mans, it's
not multiverse for Spider-Man.
It's not. What happened with the different Spider-Mans? Remember how they were supposed to have all the different Spider-Mans?
Oh, so the movie's called Spider-Man No Way Home, but so far Jamie Foxx is for sure confirmed for the film.
Okay.
Which he was Electro in Spider-Man 2 in Sony's adaptation of Spider-Man after they took the rights from Fox. So far he's confirmed. And then it's rumored that Andrew Garfield will also be in there, and so will Tobey Maguire.
So
it's also confirmed, actually. I forget the name of the guy. He was the one that played Doc Ock in Fox's version of Spider-Man in their Spider-Man 2 movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember his name?
Octopussy.
I forget the actor's name, but he's also confirmed for the film. So I guess all the different Marvel characters from all these different production studios have now become canon. If you can go Google this later, but Deadpool, he has like this Deadpool reactions videos where he reacts to like trailers and stuff like that. And there was one that came out for he was doing like a little promo for his next movie that's coming out, Ryan Reynolds' Free Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a reaction video with Korg. And Korg, as we know, is from Thor Ragnarok. He was that giant pile of rocks guy.
Yeah.
So Deadpool has officially met with another character who is in the MCU. So Deadpool is now canon, but Deadpool was originally, I believe, a Fox production. So that means like the X-Men, like
the one where he had his mouth closed like this.
Canon too now.
The one where he had his mouth closed shut, remember? And then he had the blades coming out of his arms. That's a variant, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. The Deadpool from Fox that you just said.
Oh, I'm talking about Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool.
He played both Deadpools.
Yeah.
That's a variant.
Well,
that would be considered a variant.
he wasn't Deadpool. He was Weapon X.
It's Deadpool, bro.
Actually, you know what? I think they did call him Deadpool. I think they did. Yeah.
That was Deadpool. He is Weapon X. Dude, get your characters right, bro.
But that wasn't the real. That wasn't the real Deadpool though. That guy had
he's a
teleportation
variant,
powers.
man.
He had the ability to shoot laser rays out of his eye.
Bro, that's just his variant, bro. It's his Deadpool variant. It's his Deadpool variant. That's all it is. It's canon now, bro. It's canon. It's his Deadpool variant. Don't care what you say. Deadpool variant. What do you think is gonna happen with Chick Loki?
Yeah, it's Chick Loki.
Yeah.
I don't imagine we'll see much of her until maybe either Loki season 2 or Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Tom Hiddleston, who plays as Loki, is supposed to be in a confirmed character for Doctor Strange's next movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to have a big role and feel responsible for what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because he kind of let it happen by not stopping her.
Yeah,
that he's going to try to clear things up, and I think maybe she'll make an appearance during that movie.
My buddy Israel said that Deadpool sucks. Did you think Deadpool sucks? I didn't think Deadpool sucks. I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was a great movie. What did you think of it?
I liked the first one better than the second one. I thought it was pretty funny.
What did Hi Stephanie. Thank you for coming to the stream. We appreciate you stopping by. Joel, say hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie, for joining us on all 10 of your accounts that you have. Just kidding. Where's my video? I thought the Deadpool videos were okay. I didn't think they were great, but I did think they were okay. Nothing that I would invest money in. I actually prefer just like the Deadpool memorabilia. Like I like the Deadpool stuff, but I rather have like the toys and the comics than all that hocus pocus. Oh, she said it's 4 accounts. That she has 4 accounts.
Wow.
She got, you know why she has 4 accounts? Because she likes to post memes that have dark humor, that are offensive, and so she gets banned. And so she gets banned, she creates another one. And they can't stop her. She's unstoppable.
Wow.
She is unstoppable. Facebook said, "We got you in Facebook prison." She says, "Fuck that." She is a rebel. Thank you. 4 to 10, same thing. That's right. That's right, Liz. 4 to 10. What's the difference? When is do they have a confirmation date for the Spider-Man movie? What's the next Marvel movie coming out? The next one.
I think the next one that's coming out is Shang-Chi. That one's going to be the next one. And then after that is Eternals. And don't ask me the dates on those or any of them.
What's the dates?
I know Spider-Man sure comes out in December.
Oh, in December. Oh,
the
wow.
Spider-Man one. That one I'm most excited about because I think that's where they're going to start showing a lot of the all the different timelines and different multiverse people start popping up left and right.
Popping up. Yeah, well, I'll definitely be seeing that. I first have to see the Scarlett Johansson movie and see what that's about. You said it was a good movie, right?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. About 3/4 of the people that I've talked to about it have liked it. There's a few that
what
didn't like it.
Hey, Liz wants to know your cat's name.
This right here is Princess Leia.
Wow. His cat's name is Princess Leia. I think Liz, her heart just broke out of cuteness. I think you broke her right now because she went, oh. Thank you, Israel, for liking this stream. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Princess Leia. What made you name your cat Princess Leia?
Because he's lonely.
Oh, Joel's not lonely. He's got us. He's got me.
Wow.
She's just playing. Just like when you tell her about her gaming sucks on her streams that I see you say to my girlfriend that her streaming sucks. Yeah, I see it.
Both of y'all streams suck.
Both of our streams suck. I know. Mine sucks a little bit more, but it's okay. Mine sucks harder. No homo. No homo. Elizabeth Manzanilla, thank you for the 201 stars. Thank you for that odd number of stars. You know it's gonna. I'm surprised that didn't drive you crazy on sending me that. It went up who? Israel. Israel, thank you for the stars too, buddy. I appreciate the stars. You got wind up by Liz. She made sure that she topped you by 1 star. So I guess I gotta show her one more one up her on the love scale. Thank you guys. Oh, and then Israel, your page for Automart. Yes, if you're in San Antonio in needing of a car, please show up to Israel Gonzalez at Automart, where he can help you get into a car, good or bad credit. Just kidding. Did I sound like an announcer there? Did I sound pretty good? Was that like radio worthy? No.
Sounded trash.
It was trash. Well, you know what, Joel? I didn't have no practice. I have no script. Okay, I'm just doing it off the whim. I'm having a hard time with this iPhone 6 that you sold me for $700. It's real slow. Now it's having all kinds of problems.
Ripped off.
I don't know why when I turn on
for an iPhone 6.
When I turn on this iPhone 6, it says Android on the loading screen, and it has an Android symbol. Did you get this off Wish? Have Joel do it. Have Joel announce the Automart place in the radio voice. All right, Vic, Jamie. She wants you to do it.
I don't feel like it.
Here,
No,
come
no,
on,
no.
here. Hold on. Let me put you on the big screen. Look, now you're on the big screen. Come on, let's hear you. Right
Not
there.
gonna happen. Oh.
Come on. Hi, my name's Joel. If you're looking for a car in San Antonio, please go to Automart San Antonio, where you can talk to Israel Gonzalez, manager and finance manager. He can help you get into a car, good or bad credit. First time buyer? No problem. Come see me at Automart. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate that. That was really good, Joel. You did a good job. If you need a reliable used car, come see me at Automart San Antonio. www.automartofUSA.com. Yeah. 500 stars. Thank you, buddy. Automart. Here, I'm going to type it on here. Put it at the end. That cat is so cute. You're still talking about the cat?
It moved its tail.
Oh, she got excited because your cat moved its tail. I don't think I get excited that much about cats.
Make a stream.
How many cats do you
make
have?
a stream watching her for like an hour.
We're just gonna watch
Just
your.
one.
We're just gonna just one. I wish I could zoom you out and just put it on your cat. Wake him up.
Wow.
You want to wake up your cat? Do y'all look like y'all are both sleepy.
No.
Come on. I'm just playing. Dude, we got way off course talking about Loki. I forgot we were talking about it.
So Jonathan Majors, fantastic actor. If you've seen him in anything else, he's I'm really excited to see the other variant versions of himself. Mostly the one that goes by King the Conqueror. I loved how in the ending of Loki, instead of seeing the timekeeper statue, it was actually a statue of King the Conqueror. Obviously, he's a little bit more narcissistic. He doesn't mind coming out of the shadows and and displaying himself, because that's what a conqueror does.
Right.
He's going to put a symbol of himself out there. So I can't wait to see like the baddie version of him, the more
The baddie. We want to see the baddies.
yeah. I want to see that version of him and see how evil he can actually get.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Like I said, I didn't expect how it ended, but I'm glad it ended that way. You know, because now they can do so many things. It changes everything. Changes everything. So I'm excited what they can, muster up, on these new movies. I also will say that.
So
What?
So I did predict it. I did say that in your last stream that it was either going to be King the Conqueror or it was going to be someone we didn't even predict whatsoever. Like maybe a brand new character or something like that. Which I'm glad it was King the Conqueror.
I mean, that was typical.
So Jonathan Majors, who's going to be playing King in the Ant-Man movie, I want to touch base on this. So there's that quantum realm that they travel to, and I forget what her name is. She was in the second film. She was the original Ant-Man's wife who got lost in the quantum realm because she shrunk herself down to the size of an atom.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about how while you're in the quantum realm, time travels differently. It doesn't work the same way. So there's a lot of people that are theorizing that the TVA is in the quantum realm. There's multiple characters in the TVA. Even Mobius says it. I think he says in the first episode that time travels differently in the TVA. So I think they're actually located in the quantum realm.
Very well could be. I find that interesting. But she aged in the quantum realm. She was older.
She did. Yeah, but she could have been in a different part of the quantum realm where the time traveled differently. Who knows?
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, just in a different part of it. Yeah, I mean, it all makes sense, and they are doing a beautiful job of tying it in together. And Elizabeth, thank you again for the stars. Israel, I'm sorry, bro. She did top you. She got you again by one more star. But next time you're in the market for a car, shop at Automart.
Wow.
And Elizabeth, whenever you're looking to check out a video game that you haven't seen, check out Dollface Gaming, who plays all your latest and greatest games. Dollface Gaming 1566.
You mean
Dollface 1566. She's not playing games unless we're talking Fortnite. I made those lyrics up. I did not get that from anywhere. I'm excited for season 2. I think that it's going to be equally as good as the first season. Oh, I know you follow her. Yeah, appreciate you followed her. I want to see more. I definitely want to see more. Latest and greatest games from 1994. From all your greatest hits from 1994 to 1999.
Wow.
We've got Twisted Metal 2. If you forgot how that looks, go watch Dollface 1566. Oh, that's good that you play Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. Joel, have you ever played Fortnite?
Hell no.
Harry! Looks like we got a whole whop of messages that I'm trying to follow up with everybody. Again, I thank everybody for showing up and commenting. I try to, get everybody involved. I know Joel's falling asleep in the background with his eyes closed, or he's thinking of something to say. I know what you did. I know why you're closing your eyes. Israel, buddy. So, tell me something else that we don't know about Marvel.
I think I pretty much covered it.
I think
I want to say it was probably like the 4th episode. Another thing that they kind of tied in Mobius, he's talking about all the different things that the TVA has battled over their times, and they talk about battling what are they called, scrolls, and then they also mention briefly
Vampires.
vampires. So
Blade.
yeah, I think yes, exactly. Blade's going to somehow tie into the multiverse that way.
You're right. I remember that they talked about vampires. He mentioned about battling. We battled vampires, and then he mentioned that and the scrolls. You know, that was good. I think they are gonna bring Blade.
I hope
I'll see
I'm
it.
right about all this.
I think you are. I think they'll bring back Blade. I mean, I've heard different things, that they were supposed to bring it back. I want to see Wesley Snipes, and I want to hear the original theme song. You remember that one?
Wow.
I know you remember that one.
Yeah, I do. I hope I'm right about this because it just not only makes a lot of sense in my mind, but like Disney had already announced that these shows would somehow play part of the actual movies as well.
Oh, yeah,
And
for sure.
if that's true, which I believe it is for WandaVision, because we all saw how that end, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier, how the Falcon became the new Captain America, that's going to become relevant. The next Captain America movie, which will be played by the Falcon, who is now the Captain America, it's going to be supposedly the most violent Captain America movie that's ever been made, but it's also going to be very political, which is kind of how the whole series was. But then you got the show like Loki, which introduces the multiverse, which is going to be like the biggest branch of movies that Marvel's going to be dealing with during Phase 4.
I see. My buddy David said I ignored his question. Now I have to scroll through 30 messages. David, what was your...
Just ignore them.
Just ignore them. I can't ignore nobody, bro. If I get 20 people ask me a question, it probably will happen. But I've got like 2 people talking to me, so I gotta at least answer those 2. What was the question, David? What was the question, man? Tell me. Ask away. Is it for me? Is it for my buddy Joel? Joel's Strange. And if you want to add him as a friend, he's right here on Facebook. Joel Strange. Come see, look at this. Is his page. That's what he looks like. Adam. He's cool. He plays Warzone. What's your Warzone name?
Super Mexican 85.
Super Mexican 85. As you can see, he is super Mexican. Just not super.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the stuff and I didn't see David's question either. Oh.
Did you see it?
Yeah. How do y'all feel about George Floyd's statues going up?
Damn. That's pretty hilarious. Oh, that is a good one. I'm not offended.
Sorry, David. I don't have an opinion. No opinion.
I'm not laughing because it was funny. I'm laughing that you think you could say that on a stream.
It's so random, right?
Yeah. That was well, they just clear it up and say it wasn't George Floyd's statue. And that was put up. We will talk about the last thing here on Loki and stick with that. Think it's funny his mural got lightning striked on a wall that doesn't conduct any electricity. he said he thinks it's funny how his mural got lightning struck on a wall that doesn't conduct any electricity. That's...
Yeah. He asked me a question. He says, do you want Loki to end up marrying himself or not? What are your thoughts? That'd be kind of weird. I'm still kind of weirded out that
it's not like it's incest or anything, right? It makes you feel like it's like some type of Incest is, it's not. I don't see it that way. They're
Well,
two-
let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Let me ask you this. If you had a twin, would that be incest?
That's okay. Wait, when you say it like that, when you say it like that,
Yeah,
it sounds weird.
I'm not all about that.
It's from a different
actually
timeline.
care less.
Would you bang your female version of yourself?
They're asexual.
Would you?
Yes. Yes.
You would bang your alternate. If my girl version of myself from an alternate universe was as sexy as I am, we'd both sleep with each other on the first date.
Excuse me?
Wow. Your girl's gonna get jealous of a hypothetical character.
You better not sleep with yourself. Did you add her on Facebook?
But I think what's gonna end up happening is they're probably gonna fridge Loki's character. They're gonna build him up, probably by killing Sylvie. I think Sylvie's not gonna make it in the near future.
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Or
I don't think they're gonna let them. What?
They could do the exact opposite. They could kill off Tom Hiddleston. Some of these actors, they're kind of.
He was supposed to
maybe
die
a little
anyway.
Tired, and they've been doing the character. Yeah, exactly. They've been doing the characters for so long. They're aging, which is why I'm glad they grabbed what's his name?
I will be.
Shit, I'm drawing a blank right now. Spider-Man's actor.
Well, I think that they'll let him bang it out, and they probably will kill him off.
Wow.
They're not gonna show them banging it out. They're gonna imply them banging it out, and then they'll kill him off because he's already done doing these movies, and then she'll carry on as Loki, girl version.
They're gonna have a little Loki baby?
She'll become Prego.
What would their baby look like? Would it be deformed?
It'd be kind of weird though, because you got Thor, who's about to become, a woman basically too. There's gonna be a female Thor.
A female Thor
in the near future. Yeah, and the Thor Love and Thunder.
Oh, it's gonna be what's her name?
Thor's
Is it gonna be
his love interest? She's gonna become the next Thor.
Natalie Portman? Isn't she supposed to be in it? Natalie Portman?
Yeah, so you're just gonna have all the Marvel characters somehow, and you also got She-Hulk too. Don't forget about She-Hulk. That's gonna be a real thing. That's gonna be a Disney show. But you got all the Marvel characters, the big characters. All of them are gonna become female.
I am woman, hear me roar. I love it. I love it. Girl power. They did a great job with Star Wars doing that.
I think they would have done a lot better actually turning Rey into a villain. I think she would have been a badass villain.
I think so. She-Hulk lame.
And then the opposite for Kylo. Kylo actually becomes good. That would have been pretty awesome.
Wouldn't have saw that coming. Any plot twists are always good. That always makes a good movie. Plot twist makes a good movie. I definitely agree. That would have been something I would have rather seen. In fact, I don't think I would have rather seen any of those three movies at all. Girl power is stupid. Liz said girl power is stupid. I am woman, hear me roar. That's all I gotta say.
I think it's funny how in the first Star Wars film, or not the first one, but the first one out of the newest trilogy, how Finn, he wields a lightsaber and he looks like a badass and everything, and then the next two movies, Star Wars just kind of forgets about him. It's kind of left in the dust.
Yeah, it was a big disappointment.
I hated that.
All right, we're gonna end this stream, but before we do, I want to say one thing about that Star Wars. I saw that they were trying to make canon of removing those three movies and make a whole new three movies.
Wow.
I read somewhere that they're actually trying to discard these last three movies and make a new canon three movies because of how bad they were. I would be okay with that. I don't like those three movies. I mean, you know what? I was okay with The Force Awakens. I thought The Force Awakens was not a bad movie. I thought it was good, and I thought maybe it would build up to like two better movies. but it went opposite direction. It started here, and then it went like this, boom, and it sank. Because the third movie almost didn't make sense with the second movie. It was like all of a sudden a fucking emperor comes out of nowhere. No one's talking about him. It was horrendous. But all right, everybody that came to the stream, this is Joel. Joel, thank you for being on the show today. Appreciate you coming by. I think you talked about it that you wanted to come back another time, so we'll invite you another time. That way you don't do what you did before you come on my stream again, because I can barely see your eyes open. Dollface Gaming, Lucio Gaming, news. Huh?
You are fake news.
Fake news. Wrong. Dollface Gaming, 1566. We got Lucio Gaming. Both have their own, their own streaming services on Facebook. Go join them. Automart, if you're looking for a car, see Israel Gonzalez at Automart. All right, guys, we're going to go. Joel, again, thanks, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Okay, bye. See y'all later.